Hello and welcome to this taste challenge. I have two 40% alcohol French brandies. This is Ciroc. Yes, I'm getting down to the bottom level there. This is Ciroc French brandy, introduced in 2018, distilled from fine French grapes, product of France. This company is mainly known for their vodka, right? But their vodka is interesting because they use grapes to make their vodka. It's a grape vodka, which I guess a lot of people don't realize when they drink it. It's got a foil cap cover, has a real wooden cap, and real cork. JG says, "Sup, bud?" Maxwell says, "Hello, Ron. Peace. Cheers to you. What's the vibe, y'all?" Okay. So, I think it initially was for a celebrity singer, pop rap star, or something like that. But I don't think that's the case anymore. We'll look at the website in a little bit. It runs about $30, $35. I was able to get it for $29. This is Branson V.S. Branson Phantom, the Branson Phantom V.S. See, it says it on the back V.S. Introduced a year later, foil cap cover, a year later, 2019. This has a neoprene stopper rubber. And it was announced this week that the only neoprene plant refinery in the United States, which is about 2 miles northwest of me, is going to close. So that's a bad sign as far as jobs in America. And they have 250 employees. So I don't know. They said they're going to try to sell it. And we'll see if somebody buys it and continues operations. I don't know if they will. It would be sad to see that refinery sitting there empty, half of it at least, because the other half is owned by DuPont. See it sitting there empty after being open continuously since 1962. But that is what neoprene is. It's a synthetic rubber. And I don't think we want to just be importing all of that because, like I said, that place right up there, up the river, 2 miles up the river, is producing a lot of it. But I don't know, some kind of problems, emissions issues and everything. Okay, Burley Sullivan says, "You." Hey, Burley, cheers back to you. JG said, JG says, "Sipping some Coromino tequila right now." Is that the one that comes in that big long box, I think? Okay, I've never had it, but here is a dark copper appearance. And this is a amber appearance. So the Ciroc is darker. Do they have caramel color added? It's possible because that's allowed in brandy, and they don't even have to put it on the bottle. Some companies and others won't. So here's Ciroc. They've never changed the website since I bought this thing years ago. So they're just letting it coast. I thought they would add a VSOP and a XO to the lineup. Nah, they just have this, and they never did add to it. Like I said, they're just letting it coast. Introducing Ciroc V.S. brandy. It shows you how unupdated the website is. Yeah, introduced 7 years ago. A dedication to distinction. Our brandy is crafted with passion, process, and patience. So on and so forth. It's all every brandy website tells you theirs is the best. So obviously they're all the best. Okay. So they're not giving you much information. Okay, now here is Phantom, blended by Raymond Ragnaud. It says blended by him. Doesn't necessarily say distilled by him. But these brandy companies are just like all these other liquor companies. They trade liquor with each other. They auction it off, and it's aged 2 to 3 years at a minimum. Technical data, age 2 to 3 years. Some eau de vie over 4 years old. Sourced from Borderies and Fenbois appellations. Those are 2 areas, official areas. French oak used to give soft finish. Sourced mainly from Allier, Limousin, and Tronçais. We're talking about the at that point. Made from Ungui Blanc grapes grown in top sites or other. Phantom goes through pot still distillation, so it's copper still distilled, then aged in young French oak to produce a blend. Okay, you see what I mean? It's perfect. Of subtle and complex flavors of the strong, or more if you want, because these websites are very, very detailed. Cognac websites. Well, the CS isn't. They just, like I said, just letting it coast. I guess it sells well enough that they figure they don't have to advertise for it, update the website, or do anything. Maybe that's true. I really don't know the stats on it. I don't know the sales figures. I don't know anything. Actually, I don't know anything about it except what I told you, and that I can find it easily. I would just shop price if I were you, because you can find a deal around, if you're not in a rush. Okay. I don't see why you should be. Now, yesterday's challenges were a fiasco. I got it wrong twice, so I was really discouraged after that. And I think it's just because they're so similar one to another. They talk it up on the website like, oh, it's so unique. This is a unique product. It's unlike anything else. It's amazing. And then you taste it, and it's like, no, it's pretty much like a whole bunch of other ones that I've got. Yeah, oak and raisins. Same old story, oak and raisins, golden raisins. Yeah, oak and brighter, maybe some fresher raisins. This one might be aged longer. I think the one in my left hand, I'm using my left hand for both because I'm resting. I'm just like reclining on my right hand. But I think this one is the Ciroc, but I haven't tasted them yet, so let's go. It's grapes, but it's raisin, golden raisin, but it's also like dates, which it doesn't contain any dates. A little bit of oak, not a whole lot happening. Definitely nothing bad happening. So is that a good flavor over there? Sure is. Negatives with it. I don't know. I can't think of anything. Now, VS brandies, they're the youngest. They're the very smooth, but I think it really stands for very standard. But people will say they're hot. They're kind of rough. Yeah, that could be true, but these are not hot, really, and they're not rough. They're just nice. Oak, raisins, little dates. I'm telling you, these taste almost identical. Some people will make a big production out of it, like, oh yeah, I love that one. Oh, I hate that one. I love that one. I can't stand that one. This one's great. That one's no good. And I'm thinking to myself, they all like the same, really. I'm talking about the French brandies now. It's like, you find it's that different. You say, well, wait a minute. That's just a regular French brandy, and that one's a cognac. It's made in the cognac region of France. Okay, big deal. You know, big deal. Not tasting much different, if any, if at all. So they're both medium bodied, typical liquor, dry finish, more or less. Yeah. Are they worth the money? Yeah. Like the $29 I paid for the Ciroc, I'm not displeased with that at all. I feel like I got my money's worth. Now Branson runs about $39, $39.99 up to $49. If you're paying $49, you're getting ripped off because the suggested retail price is $39.99. So I would shop around, and I saw this last week, and I saw it this week in my town. Last week and this week, VS, VSOP, all the ones. It's really starting to show up. I don't know why it got delayed 6 years to show up, but it's starting to pop up everywhere around here. Not saying it's selling. I didn't say it popped up. But I paid $11.99 for it. $11.99. Not here. I bought it in New Orleans. You would think it'd be cheaper out in the country, but I bought it in New Orleans. In the city of New Orleans. This is nice. I like the dry wood, the golden raisin. I got to take another taste over here, but I think I know which is which, but I have no confidence. Practically no confidence. Now, are these largely similar or largely different? Very largely similar. So before I even tell you which is which, if I get that right, the Ciroc clearly won. Why did it clearly win? It's at least $8 to $9 cheaper. So you're going to save $10 and you're not missing a beat. Now you can drink what you want. It makes no difference to me, but I don't see why you would want to pay $10 more for what? A bottle that looks like it's from I Dream a Genie? That doesn't taste any better. Doesn't say it tastes worse. I never said it tastes worse. They're even, Steven. But one costs $10 more. Anytime you have two products and they're even, the cheaper one by default wins. I mean, a child can tell you that. So here we go. I'm saying this is the man. I'm going to say it's the Ciroc. It is, but that was close. That was a rough one. That was tough. It's like maybe it had like a little tiny bit more wood action going on, but I would say that, yeah, it's Dentley says laughing out loud. It does make you laugh out loud or cry. JG says, clinking the mugs to you. Well, in 21 minutes, we're starting to hang out, and it's going to be called Light Beer Wednesday. Live examination. I don't know who's going to join. No, one person got to go to a Knights of Columbus meeting. Well, got to do what you got to do, you know. The I Dream a Genie bottle. Yeah, that's what I thought of. And that was the only part of the show I really liked, when they showed her in the bottle and her like little apartment in the bottle. It just looked cool to me. I was like, that looks like a nice place to stay. Although you're in prison. She was imprisoned in the bottle. But it was a fantasy show. Definitely not my kind of viewing material. I thought the cartoon artwork at the beginning and the end of the series was quality. I don't know who did the artwork. I thought that was pretty good. The rest I could throw it in the trash, you know. So Branson, well, Branson loses because it's $10 more. So why would it win? It doesn't. It's no better or worse. So is cognac better than other French brandy? Well, that's what people say, but I haven't seen any evidence of that as far as my tastings. I've tasted regular French brandy made outside of cognac, and I've tasted cognac brandy made in the cognac region, and I haven't really noticed much. Now, the biscuit and debouché was a little bit elevated, but that is a 1954 bottle, so I don't know if they're still keeping their quality level up till, today, if it's still up to that level. I would hope it would be. I would assume it would be. They claim it is. They claim they have never compromised our quality, but you never know about that. But otherwise, my experience with cognac and cognac brandy, and I've had the Martell Blue Swift, and I've had the Courvoisier V.S., just to be a, and I've had the Hennessy V.S., the Hennessy VSOP Privilege, and the Hennessy Black. Well, now those are a little pricey. So if you get the VSOP Privilege and the Black, those can run you a good amount of money. So you would hope they'd be better, because you're talking about heading on toward $100 a bottle. So, but just regular Hennessy, the one you see everywhere, the common one that everybody loves, or seem like everybody loves it. I didn't see where it was any better than any other French brandy, to tell you the truth. But I liked it because I like every other French brandy I try. All right, Branson is owned by 50 Cent. It's all hype. Yeah, Jackson, that guy Jackson. It is all hype, and I know I get all that celebrity sponsorship stuff. I mean, I'm cool with that. No, I don't care anything about it. But I don't see where it was a problem. They did get a very famous company to produce it for them. Apparently, Raymond Ragnaud is like one of the top people. So, hey, it tastes good to me. I don't have a problem with it. And I've been watching video reviews, and everybody's saying the same thing. It tastes good to me. Some people didn't like the bottle too much. Look kind of, kind of cheesy, but I don't care about that. Is there a beer hangout this evening? Yes. In 17 minutes, and the beer hangout is Light Beer Wednesday, and we know how popular light beer is. Now, if anybody wants to see show and tell, I'll show it to you. I found a couple of weird products yesterday. I could show you one of them if you want to see it. If not, fine, we'll get off the air and go on to the next thing. But I did find some strange stuff. But so. And not expensive by any stretch of the imagination. I'm talking about cheap, and I mean very cheap. But it's strange because I'm looking at these two products on the shelf, and I'm like, what is this? And the guy was like, one was $6.99 and the other one was $8.99. And then the guy was like, what do you normally pay for these? He said, this is a store owner asking me this. Why he's asking me this, I don't know. I said, I don't normally pay anything because I never bought them before. I don't buy these products. Oh, okay. So he says, well, I'll tell you what, I'll sell them both for $6.99. You're going to sell both of these for $6.99. So he gave me $2 off of the $8.99. I said, well, thank you. I mean, I'm not going to argue with that. But they're very odd. But, well, anyway, I don't need to show it to you. Nobody's interested. But so anyway, thanks for watching. The winner is Ciroc. Well, Ciroc usually wins. I have to admit that. Ciroc usually does very well. It typically does not lose. So it battles. It's a real battler. All right. Well, y'all take care and join us soon. 15 minutes for Light Beer Wednesday.